Welcome back, all you big bass lovers. It's DeMont coming at you again. First, I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, mainly because I haven't really been getting a whole lot of stuff, and I've still been doing a lot of fishing, but I've been doing I got so much other stuff I've been doing too. I've been trying to mess with my home theater room and redo some things in there, and building different speaker boxes because I want them to. I didn't realize my attic was all open and didn't have no back panel to it. So I had to basically, the in-wall speakers, I didn't want to send them back because I got such a good deal on them. So basically I'm building boxes to put the in-wall speakers in boxes. Anyway, just want to address something. Sometimes I let stuff get to me. I don't usually, because life's too short. But I try to look at all you guys' comments. I know I'm not making a lot of videos. But I still try to answer any of your comments you ask me. There was a boomer on here. He basically trying to make it like he just all the mess I have and talking about I don't do nothing with it. And I'm guessing I told him I say he sounded like he's jelly. And he said he is jelly. He can't buy stuff just to show it on here. I'm like, so you think I don't go fishing? I just buy stuff to show it on here? I don't ever see it on fishing videos. I'm like, well, I've put plenty of fishing videos up. They don't get as much views as some of my reviews of stuff. But my wife's like, why are you letting this guy bother you? I'm like, because he's commenting on my videos. I always try to keep things real. That's the only kind of person I can be. She goes, well, you're not following your 5 Ps. One of my 5 Fs. He's not feeding me, fucking me, furnishing stuff for me. I could keep going, but it gets kind of dirtier. Anyway, so yeah, I can't let people bother me. I was just kind of, there's going to be haters no matter what you try to do. Now I looked at some stuff on his little channel, and I don't seem to understand. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, guys. That was incompetence at best. My youngest son has ADHD, and he's been taking Adderall for about the last, 3-4 years. Before that, he was taking Vyvanse. And we were part of the same care system, and we switched from one location to the other location because it's a lot closer to us. And talked to the doctor. She's supposed to call his prescription in. So I go pick a prescription at Sam's Club. They haven't called it in. And then they're like, well, we're not the ones that called it in. I'm like, well, I just had a new patient visit. It's like, damn. So I had to describe it all back over again and go back over it all over again. Damn. Just fucking incompetence is annoying as hell. Anyway, okay, let me just get into this stuff here. All right, so, my cousin sent me a video. I guess in Brazil they have skipping competitions. And he said he went out in the yard and kept trying this. He went to the pond and tried it, and went on his open boat and tried it. Anyways, this Brazilian in his kayak, and he's like just skipping underneath his tree, and skipping through another tree, and he's skipping in cups and this kind of cup, this, that, and the other kind of skipping. And he's like, I don't understand how he's doing it like that. So I looked at the video. I looked at it really good. He's using a Corrado DC. He's also using an Aldebaran DC. And he has a, I forget the other one, but he has very little line on the reels. And it's a DC reel for one thing as well. But he has like maybe not even a quarter field spool. I said, Billy, if you have that's my cousin's name. If you have a really super shallow spool, it makes it super easy to skip. You don't really have that much blow ups, and the blow ups you do have just come right out. Anyway. But it's kind of cool watching some of that stuff sometimes. If you guys didn't know that, if you're getting into skipping, if you're trying to learn how to skip, that's why the Lew's came out with that Lew's skipping pitch, because it gives you like a super shallow spool. It's a little deeper than probably what it should be, but don't put as much line on as it holds. If you're fishing with, like a 16 pound or 18 pound, something like that, put you about 75 to 100 foot on there at the most. because you got to do some reties and things. You don't want to keep filling your spool while you're out there on the boat or out there fishing. Some people go 50. I don't know. I've always used a little bit more. But use it like that till you get really good at it. Or you can just keep doing that. Don't have to get good at it. You can just skip no matter what. Anyway, all right, so let's get to this first things here. I've seen these. You guys have seen the other Pulse Fish videos I did with the spinner baits and a couple other little things. And you guys know I love the grass piece. Well, they came out with a thing called the side piece. It's a little different. This is my first time getting my hands on it. This is the 1/2 ounce one. Dang, tight ass little bag. I don't have to get the damn thing in there. Okay, let me fold it a little bit. Let me try to do some finagling here. Good grief. Okay, I don't know how you get that thing in that little tight bag without doing that. So it looks like they're just using, I gotta take this up to the pool and see how this damn thing swims. Nice sharp hook. I wish they were using a different keeper. That's not a great keeper. Just a little single barb keeper. I wish they were doing hand ties instead of little rubber bands on their skirts. You can kind of see it's a rubber band. It's a black rubber band. These are not as much as a grass piece, but the grass piece is that much because he's custom hand making them. I guess they had to put the design into this. It needs a better trailer. It needs to be hand tied. A lot of times when I have like this little rubber band thing, I have little zip ties. They're about 3 inches long. And I'll take that little zip tie and I'll go back across the top of this rubber band and I'll pull it as tight as I can get it with a pair of pliers, and I'll snip it off really tight, really close, I mean, so I don't have to worry about it coming off. If you're using a trailer with this, you're gonna need some super glue. But it would be really neat. Let me just take this off so you can take a look at this. They got a sandwich tie on here. That's a real sandwich tie. That's what you get off like a bag of Wonder Bread. All right, so let me see here. All right, so it looks like they just cut it in half and use, so they have multiple ones. But all right, there we go. Now you can see it a lot better. It's got a lot of flash to it. I want to go and get all that stuff opened right now because after tonight, I'm having all this stuff out of my gym, so I ain't got to move stuff to work out with stuff. But, so it's like a rectangle. I can't see why this wouldn't work. I guess I just need to go out, tie it to the rod, and take it out to the pool, and just fling it around a little bit before I take it to the lake and try to see how it's going to do. I like to see what kind of startup speed it has. Startup speed, how fast you have to fish it to get the actual best action out of it. Because the grass piece, you can burn it. You can work it slow. It starts up almost right away. The grass piece is really good. But getting true grass pieces, I have seen, the Hookup has been getting a lot more in. So, place I was ordering from in Japan, they're almost always sold out. I got these in some 3/8 and halves. I've got some different colors I like to use. We're gonna see how they work. All right, let's set this to the side. Next thing let's get into is I got a couple of the Hookup tackles, some of their the Bento box things that Ben was doing. I tried to get the top wire box, but I guess I had it in my cart to begin with, and I got busy doing some other stuff, and I guess other people beat me to it because these these bento boxes were supposed to be like a $400 box for $100. So I was like, I want to see what it's about. So I got the crankbait box and I got the strolling box. So I didn't get the topwater box. This is the strolling box. This is actually something well, it might be a strolling box, I'm not sure. Yep, jerkbait strolling box. This is something else I got on my own. This is the muscle wire from Raid. This is a stronger wire version of the stroller. That looks really good. Now, I don't know what your laws are where you live, but you can put as many hooks in this thing if you want to. If you can get away with it without getting in trouble. Don't be getting in trouble. Find out your laws. Find out your rules. That looks really cool. It also looks like one of those head massagers that I got from my wife that she loves. Oh, look at that. Them wires are really springy. Wow. On your head. This one has like the silver plate blades. You can take those blades off or run more strollers if you want to. I know a lot of people have. I got just one because they're kind of expensive. I want to try this one out. I kind of like the thin wire a little better, but on that thin wire one, if you catch a double, it doesn't matter if it's double dinks, it's about destroyed. It's just destroyed. You can catch 2 crappie at one time on it, and it's basically destroyed. Yeah, so I like the concept, but it's not great. And I know he showed you guys all this, what he put in this box when he did a video, but I guess I'm gonna run through it real fast myself, just so we can see what's in here together. You get some 110 pluses, 110 plus juniors, GB Grabera, which is, it's kind of an interesting color. It's kind of a pink color. It's kind of fuchsia on the bottom. It's kind of like a copper pink on the top. Pretty neat. This one here is kind of, what is that? That's TLO. That's what I thought it was. All right, so let me get through this quicker. I gotta take my kid to band. So you got some new Hasdong shad. Hayes STs. Hasdong. The 3.4 inches. You get some of those. And you also get the sling shads. I was wanting to try the sling shads, but I didn't really. I've got so much Sakamana shads. I know they're made in the same factory. But I've got so much Sakamana shads. It's like, so much that I don't really think I need any more. But for the price I got these at, it's like, I might as well go ahead and get them. Now I do really like these, the Realis jerkbaits. I like the body size on them. They're a really good big fish bait. I'm gonna use some pointer 128s. Speaking of big jerkbaits. Some more Realis. Some OSPs, the Verona. Not Verona, Verona. If I get my words right. There's your pointer. That right there is the, what's it called, the SP, 100 SP? Yeah. There's a 2 hook. It's a little bit bigger, 2 bigger hooks instead of 3 smaller hooks. That's an interesting color. That's a Vision 110. That color is called, where are you at? YMC, okay. And of course you got your fish rollers. You got the Owner Ultra heads, the big ones. And you also got some Horizon heads in here. And some more Verunas and some more 110s. Hell, just the jerk base alone in this box is way over, more text messages, way over the $100 I spent. I mean, way, way, way over. Well, it's a Wonder Blade. Okay. Then some more Horizon heads, which got the little guard on it, the weed guard on it. This is a 4.4 gram. What's the other one here? Oh, they're both 4.4 grams. It's kind of the size I like to throw. The 8 gram, when you get to the bigger stock of mono sheds, this is the 5/0 hook. The 5/0 hook is really good for like the 5-inch bait, or it's like the little bit bigger ones. I really like that color. Wow. Kimwawi Hazu. For the stuff we have right here, this perch, that thing really looks like it imitates the perch. Really good. Look at that. Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good one right there. Well, let me take him to do that real fast. I'll be back in a few minutes. It'll be a couple seconds for you. See, I told you it'll be a couple seconds for you. I'm back. All right, so let's go see. I kind of seen when I was watching that. I was doing a bunch of other stuff and I was trying to watch his video, Ben's video from the Hookup, when he's talking about the top water box. Not top water box, but the roller box. I didn't really see what he put in this box. So this is the crankbait box. So I want to see what's in here now. Hoping some good stuff. I do admit that I need to learn how to edit videos. Well, it's not that I'm that bad at editing videos. I just don't like it. I find it boring as fuck. I guess that's my fault. I've got to get over that. So, all right. So, we have some more fish rollers in here. It's Ghost Shad, which I didn't think I would have fish rollers in here, but okay. And we have baby jackhammers. That's a green pumpkin, 1/4 ounce. This is that's Brett bluegill, 1/4 ounce. And we also have some OSP metal blades, which the OSP metal blade is a really good one, but still not the same thing as the brake blade. The brake blade is still better than the metal jig, the blade jig, the OSP metal jig. Jackal, I think, kind of knocked that out of the park. But I do believe the metal jig, or metal blade jig from OSP, I do believe that Z-Man or the jackhammer has some serious competition with it. And I do believe Z-Man's trying to get away from evergreen with that jackhammer. But let me just show you some differences in it real fast. Let me just get out one, or you probably guys have already seen this, but see, it has a weed guard on it right here. This is way better around stumps and wood than the jackhammers ever thought about being. It has pretty much I was kind of going to take this out, but I guess I need to. Let's go and open it up. Damn it. Oh well. That means I got to find a place to put it now that I opened it. I like the blades are kind of a matte color. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, it's like a kind of matte. It's not super shiny. And a couple of them, see, the silver ones are kind of matte, but the gold ones are kind of pretty much gold, like shiny. All right, let me see. It comes in this little thing right here that you got to take off so you can get the thing off of there. Okay, but I want to show you how the hook keeper works in this thing. That's the main reason why I want to go and get it out. See, it does have a tied skirt. So you ain't got to worry about pulling down. It also has a tied skirt, and it has a collar system right behind the tie. See how the collar system is back here on top of it? But see, it's got a barb, and it's got this little piece here you push your trailer on top of. And that little hole piece there is meant to put a toothpick through. It's meant to put a toothpick through there, and then you break your toothpick off. Well, I always cut mine with scissors, so I cut it real tight. I don't like to have anything poking out. Yeah, that's why my wife always thinks we're fishing stuff's dirty. But the stuff she does, she's a nurse anesthetist. All the stuff she does sounds fucking dirty as hell too. But there's your the weed guard for it, or brush guard, whatever you want to call it. This is the 3/8 ounce one, if you can see. I've always liked white and chartreuse as far as like my chatterbaits of any kind. White chartreuse, blue, like a green pumpkin, and like a blue green pumpkin with a little bit of orange on it, like the one I just took out. Where's it at? It's not that one. This one here. It looks like it's not same color. So this is chartreuse and blue. This one here. This one, well, no, it was a baby jackhammer. I'm sorry. This right here. That little bit of green pumpkin, watermelon, a little bit of orange on the bottom. That's always been kind of my favorite colors as far as like any kind of vibrating jig. But the other thing this does is, you see it's got this big loop on the top. It kind of comes all the way over and kind of go all the way back. And it's got all this motion in between. And I've been using these for a couple months now, since they came out. Well, I've been getting them from Japan since before the Hookup started bringing them in. This makes it where it rocks back and forth pretty hard and hits this. Eventually, on some of them, it pops the eye out just because it hits it. As you can see, it hits it. But it's still, the clank it makes is different than probably most everything else on the water. Just like the Noris right here is different. Makes a totally different sound. Even the little BFS, chatterbait, it has a little bit different sound too. But anyway, let's get back to this box. So we got some more of the Teckle blade walkers. You guys already know I'm a big fan of the blade walker. It has almost pretty much taken the place of a buzzbait for me. I just like it. A lot of people think this and this are the same thing because it's a bladed jig. It's not. They're not the same thing. This is a topwater bait, fellas. Topwater bait. I think I told you that story. I had a guy in the back of my boat, and I was fishing a blade walker in the front, and I caught a couple fish, and he wanted to fish one, so I gave him one, and he thought it was like a chatterbait, and so he was reeling it like a chatterbait. I said, no, put your rod tip up, keep it on the surface. He goes, but it's a bladed jig. I'm like, that's not that kind of bladed jig. Anyway, I digress. So let's see what we got here. Oh, cool. We got some, this is basically this is the HPM minnow, or HP minnow from OSP. It's the same thing this little guy right here basically is from Spro. It's got the little pocket that opens up. See, I'll show you. See the little pocket opens up? Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. There you go. The little pocket that opens up when you pinch it down a little bit. Okay. I like these as trailers. I don't see nothing here to use this pink one with, but we'll keep looking. You got the smaller Do Live sticks. Just like I've showed you on here, this is a Do Live stick on the Noris. This is Do Live stick that I've hover strolled. Do Live sticks work phenomenal on chatterbaits. They work phenomenal on spinnerbaits. They work phenomenal as drop shots. They work phenomenal as weightless worms. As like a Cinco type bait. They work phenomenal on a net head. They work phenomenal on a shaky head. They work phenomenal Oh, what else kind of stuff I say about it? I said chatterbait, blah, blah, blah. As a Neko bait. How you figure? If you ain't got to do live sticks yet, get you some. Get you some. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me put these pink ones in front. You got some Zacco Slims. I like the Zacco. They tear up. They kind of tear up pretty easy. I like the net bait one better. It's not exactly like a Zacco, but it's very similar. I showed you guys that on another video. What else is in here? Let's start digging through here a little faster. Okay, so we got a Lucky Craft. What is that? Oh, yeah, it's a 2.5 DDRS. So this thing should go 10 feet. Ain't that right? 10 feet. Why does this damn thing say 4 ounce? This thing ain't no damn 4 ounces. Might be 3/4 ounce. Yeah, I think it's 3/4 ounce. But that ain't no, you guys can see it says 4 ounces on the back. Unless there's something that somehow knows the 3 got covered up or something, but I don't know. It sure is crazy. All right. Yeah, Lucky Craft. That's LV Max. Yeah, LV Max 500. What is that? It's called Magnum Heat Up Gill. Okay. As far as red goes, I'm more of a fan of this color red than I am this. What about you guys? This, and this type of water you're fishing in, it seems like all that shine sometimes just doesn't really do anything for it. But the more orange and darker red and stuff you get, the better it works, in my opinion. But anyway, let's keep going. You get Blitz EXDR. Tasty Perch is the color, 7/16 of an ounce. And I think these go, I want to say they go 10 feet. But of course it don't say it on here. This is kind of what, it's a 7/16 of an ounce. So it's a little heavier than a quarter. It's still, some people consider this kind of finesse cranking. It's a fine line there. You can fish it with finesse crank stuff. Here's another metal jig, but what color is this called? This doesn't say. This is all Japanese. But it's like gold, and it's probably one of those. It probably work good as a perch color, but it's kind of one of those fish like they have over there. I shouldn't say it like that, over there. It makes me sound stupid. One of those fish like they have in like the Asian countries. Or it could be, I wouldn't say European countries. Let's just leave it at Asian dialect countries. How about that? I don't know. I don't know what the politically correct thing to say there. There you go. Let's leave it at that. You got Tiny Blitz DR. That color is Crystal Blue Shiner. And this is a 1/4 ounce. And I think this goes like 6 foot. Pretty sure it goes 6 foot. And of course it don't say. I'm pretty sure it goes probably 6 foot. If I had to say, looking at the lip, it goes in between 6 and 8 feet. All right, next thing. Now that's pretty fucking cool. Here's your BFS crank. This is a Lucky Craft. The color is Wajima Black. It's 1/8 ounce with 3.3 grams. So a teeny bit heavier than 1/8 ounce. I don't know what the name of this is. It has single hooks on it. I can't tell if those are stingers or what those are. And I've heard some people share some, like, talking about that boomer, doing a bunch of videos that you don't need BFS reels to fish BFS. Depends on how light of BFS stuff you're fishing and exactly what you're throwing. Just so you can see that little guy. I think this color will work really good. It's dark, so it kind of has like a natural kind of color and that gold flash. I guarantee you'll get 8. There's all kinds of bugs that are that color. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we get 8. All right, next thing we have a Blitz SSR. This is a super shallow runner. I think it's 3/10 of an ounce. Is that what? Yeah, 8 grams, 3/10 of an ounce. It's got Esagil. This is basically looks like a, can you see it, like a wake bait? But it runs down about, I think these run about a foot to a foot and a half, 2 feet at the most. That's with lighter line. But if you're out there throwing this around heavy cover, fishing it with 20-pound test or 18-pound test, it's going down less, foot or less. I do have these. And I love almost the whole Blitz line. The belly and stuff on these and the way these things fish is fucking badass. That's one of my favorite lines right now as far as the square bill and stuff kind of go. They're built perfectly. Then you got your nori, which is white and chartreuse. And that one is 18 grams. You have a Blitz Max DDR. That color is called Tasty Perch. We've had Tasty Perch quite a few times. 5/8 of an ounce. I think this one is designed to go down, I think it's 12 to 16 feet or something like that. I think it's 12. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I have to look at the website. Well, here's your Vibration X Ultra. And that color is called Wild Crawl. This is also a color I like. And I do like the Ultra, the Vibration X Ultra. This is one of my favorite lipless right here. And then you got, last but not least, you have a SKT Magnum. Of course, it stands for Skeet Reese, who recently retired. I like Skeet Reese. I've always kind of liked him. It's called Green Pumpkin Seed by Lucky Craft. Skeet Magnum. How much this thing weigh? 110 millimeter. In windy situations and dives to a maximum depth of 14 feet. Oh, it's just a, okay, I see it now. The bill kind of goes down in there. It's like a really big, you can't really see the bill that good. It's like a really big square bill. It weighs 2 ounces. So this would be a job for the 666. That's why I throw all this kind of stuff on, is the 666. I don't have one of those on there right now, but I have it sitting right there because I thought I had the boat right. I took it out the other day. It wasn't right. I just got it back. Oops. Just got it back yesterday. They put a whole new ignition switch in it. I didn't feel like messing with all those toggle bolts and stuff. Well, not toggle bolts. It has a lot of different leads to it. Instead of having 3 wires going into it, it has like 20 wires going into the one fucking ignition switch. And I thought I had it right, and it actually started cranking back up again, but I didn't have it right. It started doing the same dumb shit again and left me way down the river, and I had to ride all the way back up the river with just a trolling motor. But this is the 666. This is the Orchie 666. You can also get the 666 in the P5. I do think the action is better on the Orchi than the P5. The Orchi X10, and if you ask my opinion, I think it's better. Better. This is a Corrado 150 DC, 6-speed. It's just what I like to use. Okay, so here we go. Since this decided just to fall the fuck out of the box without me even opening it. So here you go. So this is basically like a Strike King 8X square bill. A little bigger hooks. Well, they're about the same. But it's just your Magnum square bill is what this is. Now, these big Magnum square bills, I love to throw these on shallow riprap points. A lot of people think you're out hitting lots of logs and a lot of cover with these. Not really. They go too deep, and they take too long to float back up. In my experience, they do. So unless you want to lose quite a few, if you want to go like start throwing stumps and everything, I would recommend like if you want to do it like the cheaper way, you can do a size 1, 1.5, or a 2, or even a 2.5 square bill around those. Now the 4 and the 8, I will throw them around deeper docks. But where these shine is getting out there and finding you a good riprap point. Ow. That's a sharp hook. Find you a good deep riprap point and dredging the bottom up with this damn thing. Beat those rocks up with this damn thing. With any of these big Magnum square bills. This thing's so heavy, it just kind of popped right out the top of this box. I was grabbing that rod, and it just, boop. It said, fuck you, I ain't staying in there. I want out. And so it just popped right on out. All right, so I'm going to get busy getting all that stuff up, getting all that stuff put away so I can get back in this gym. I got 2 other pieces of equipment that I got put together. I'm taking one thing out and selling it over there in the corner. I got it. I got rid of my functional trainer because I thought it would save me space and be better. It's not. It's just my shoulders are so broad, and the weight it's not. It doesn't go wide enough for what I need for it to do. When I grab it, it feels like I'm like in here instead of out here. I can't really get it to come out here right. Anyway, that's a different thing. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I don't mind answering them for you. Don't let haters eat up any of your space time, any of your mind time. I've kind of had to start thinking about that. I haven't really had too many haters on here. I just talked to fellow enthusiasts or tackle enthusiasts, whatever you want to call us. I'm just a tackle nut. See stuff that I like, especially here lately with the way the boomers of this country and the people who think tariffs are good. I'm not going to get into that. It made me feel a need to get more, which I don't really think I need anymore. It's like I had to stop doing that. I had to start, cause I went a little overboard. I told you guys on the video I went a little overboard, but I kind of put a stop to that, just because I was like, I don't think I need to do this no more. But I did get me a couple of the shallow spool alphas, the 7 and 8. Did I say that right? Yeah, 7 and 8 speed. With these, I like to put 15-pound test fluorocarbon on the 7 and skip flukes with it. That's what I like to do. I like to put 20-pound on here and skip jigs with it. That's what I like to do. Like I said, if I would have known these reels were still available in Japan Lure Shop, these would have been my best. These, I mean, don't get me wrong. That SLX DC XT is a great reel for the price. But when you can get this reel for like $160 shipped to you, no, this wins. This wins. It just does. This wins. It's just a better reel. And one of the things is because I can do this. If the Tatula SV would change to this, where I can just pop the whole damn thing off and has a short arm in it, the Tatula would have won. But I know these reels, they're a 2021, 2022 release, but they're still better. They're just better. This has almost all the original, almost all the features. They went to the zillion. It has the zero touch, the SV boost. I mean, it's just a better reel. All right, guys, that's long enough. I got to put all these together, the magic of editing. This is not really editing. It's just actually I'm using Window Wizard or whatever the fuck it, Video Wizard, whatever the damn thing is. I'm just putting all three of them together in the right order. I did have them put together one time in the wrong order. I'm glad I watched it before I put it online because that was going to be really stupid. That's the other thing I worry about when I'm doing my editing is when I do editing is like making sure I have all that stuff right. Because I've seen some people's videos where they weren't edited right. And it's like, what was he talking about now? It don't make sense. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here so I can get all this mess out of here right now. You have tight lines. I hope you're catching a lot of fish. The weather's starting to cool down a little bit here. It was like 91 today. It's supposed to be 85 tomorrow. So that'd be pretty nice. It has been kind of nice in the mornings, taking the kids to school and dropping them off and then going straight to the lake or the river, or it's been fun. All right then, till next time, tight lines, and I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all stay safe.